please turn to page 7. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise then I prostrate, with pure bodies, forms supremely pure, wisdom motion like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior, having great compassion, the Founder, having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage. To all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms' atoms in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of God's protector's heart, to tip of this fresh, pure, white heap, curved like cloud, O loathsome Drapa, Dharma's omniscient King, pray come to this place with your disciples in space ahead of throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight, Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit. Feel for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, fame, glory, outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit. Non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted 3 vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned 8 mundane concerns, made life essential. O protectors from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make venerable Tsongkhapa essential teaching specially shine forever. Mid-me tse-wei ter chen chen rezig, dream-me kempe wangpo jam pel-yang, tu-pu malu zhong se song-wei dak, dan chen kepe sum gen Tsongkhapa, lo san drape shabla so adem. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remain steadfast. Homage to the exalted 3 jewels. Thus I have heard at one time the Blessed One was dwelling in Grand Kriya on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the 5 aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of the lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, and no mental phenomenon. There is no I element, and so forth, up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth, up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fears. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata gate gate paragate parasom gate bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior of the Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host of the three places Dakinis. Akasamara Sasadara Samara. Tayata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisoha. Through power of the truth of the exalted three-jewel speech, may all on the side of negativity, such as the four Maras, be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, Shante Kuri Soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, free from adverse, harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness. Bring happiness and well-being here right now. Saji Purgi Joshi Mekong Tramri Rablingji Nitegempadi Sangye Jingdu Migteua Yidro Unamda Jila Jubasho Jetsulama Dampa Kenam Yitukala Kyense Dream Dream Jima Laza Geshe Ki Idam Guru Rapa Mandala Kamniyatayami Chodan Shoke Chonam La Jangchub Badu Dagni Kapsu Chi Dagi Chonem Ki Personam Ki Drola Pencher Songge Dropa Sho Chodang Soke Chongnam La Jangchub Badu Dagni Kapsu Chi Dagi Chonem Ki Personam Ki Drola Pencher Songge Dropa Sho Chodang Soke Chonam La Jangchub Badu Dagni Kapsu Chi Dagi Chonem Ki Personam Ki Drola Pencher Songge Dropa Sho
Good morning. How's the snow? It's very cold?
No, it's slippery.
Oh, really? Good. I almost killed the class. You guys need to more sleep. Clean the car to go. Cancel the class, heard the Shakuk. On the Pele, Shakuk laser. Never heard Shakuk. Shakuk said they get on the Tango Gunka. Kuku. Goody, goody. And the Chadea Yaga Pele, Gunka Men. Men Diana. To the door. Can't you? Semjeju ku get koina peju pero gauche no ale ta yaga yong do samne ne chi karo pe gao yong ko ta semjega nga tene nga do la semjeju shaku ke kona ani kanga chi ya bo yong ko ka ji gao shu yong ko tene nga do dra mesana me kanga le shaku ka le tren tena ya mas nye cha
In Tibet, there's kind of a bird that makes a noise and a sound, very pleasant sound somewhere. So for some animals, they find it pleasant because that's a sign that the winter is over and the summer, spring and summer is coming. And so they feel all very happy. So just like that, when you hear the sound, class cancel.
You know, it's happening, when we was studying in monastery, right? We have to go to not any excuse. We have to go all the pujas, all the duties. Then sometimes say, okay, today's not very bad weather, no debate class. We go, wow, because we don't have to go, right? Otherwise, you have no excuse. You have to go. You have to sometime you have to daytime you have to go to the fields. Put the cones, pick up. We have to go walk all day, then come back, take shower, eat some dinner, then go time to go to bed class. Debate 2 hours, 3 hours. You're really tired. Sometimes Geku display and say, okay, today send the message. Today now debate. We say, oh, really good. Sometimes it's not debate class, but you should have to memorize. We are coming to see. Then we are not comfortable. We don't come in. Like that, anyway, it's a wonderful, even bad weather. You try to study, you have to come. It's a wonderful. It's it's the samsara. We have not perfect that, but like this kind going. This is good. Then usually we think Dharma when we are very happy, everything is perfect. Usually we don't think Dharma. Everything is perfect. We don't need Dharma. We don't remember Dharma. Most people, then I'm not saying 100% everyone, but most maybe like 60, 70% of everyone. Even the Tibetans, the lay people, if they have some problem, then they okay, today go to Gompa or go to some place, then they just everything fine, then no one just remember. Same is like Westerns also, right? Like when you have some challenge, then okay, something. I need something. I need something to want to talk. I want to something different. Then we feel we remember Dharma. Therefore, Tibetan say, Jinging Gewe Troshe. I don't know how you translate. Adverse conditions as a cause of the Dharma. It's true?
Yeah.
It's really right. Therefore, the very important to cause of the refuge. We have two causes, right? What are they?
It's a fear of falling into Lam-rims and the trust in Buddha.
Yeah, like that, right? Therefore, if you don't have the fear, you don't need anything. Right? You can do yourself whatever you want. It means you have to fear all the time. No, not like that. Because you know the samsara or lower arms is not very good place, then you just always try to push back. Because we don't want sick, right? You guys try to much as you can, you do to very healthy. You eat, where you go, what you do, Because we know if you got sick, it's not good. It's really true, right? If sick is very good, then everyone says, I want sick. Sometimes delusion, the kids, right? They got sick, then they call the school, today my sick. It's good. Sometimes also some monks try to also, fix sick. If you're sick, you don't have to go to Tibet class, any pujas. Then sometimes we have to go like we have only one day off. That day also we have to clean the house, take your cloth wash. You have everything to do. Then you have no excuse. You have to go all the teachings, classes, pujas. Then we don't get much sleep also. Then sometimes we just try to fix it. We go to the gate. Today I'm very good. Also, if you have to lie also so many things. First you have to tie your own house. The teacher say, I'm sick, teacher. You need to do the signature from the teacher. You won't lie. Then you have to go then counseling games also another discipline. You have to go lie him also. I got to be really sick. You're not really sick. You want to sleep. Yeah. Then you want his signature. Then there was okay, I'm going to check if you make sure you stay home, to rest. You will come to see it, and then we go to after that first house teacher, the second comes again, also another manager. Third we go to Geku disciplinary. I'm very sick. Because we have two signatures already, right? Then they give signature. Then we come back, we just sleep like 24 hours. Like this we can do. Also, I did this a couple times. Sometimes also, the monks are sick, it's not sick. They won't go to eat really some special food. Usually the Devranos, maybe who went to India, Sera, no one went there. Usually the monks go to puja, also they get offerings, and also sponsors send money. Usually the monks doesn't keep. You're not allowed to keep with you, because the teacher, who always looking for it, they collect, like saving bank. small boxes, you put that. You don't have any money. If you want some buy your soup or something, you go ask a teacher, I want to go. I want to buy that soup, I need money. Then he will give like how much exactly. Well, you have more money also, you need more things, go to where. Also, when really you need, your money is gone. There were teachers very always, like very tight saving account. Then sometimes say, it's very funny stories. Some monks also like to, go to Kushinaga to eat some India delicious food. They say, I've got stomach actually. I'm sick, I want to go to hospital. Then they give, like something like 50 rupees, like 100 rupees. Then we take the money, go to Kushinaga, eat very delicious food, come back. This is not, I don't know, it's cheating or something taught to way to, you get things, Then also, even if we have to buy the books, we need to ask to teacher to give the money to buy books. One of the hospital monk, he also want money, but he borrowed from the book from the Marian, like me. I said, I want borrow, borrow from your book. Then I carry that book. I say, teacher, I bought the book. I need to like 10 rupees. The teacher looking, oh, that's good boy, good job. You do a very good job. You're looking to. The text has so many notes because you buy new book, they're not notes read. Then Marian already used. She already read all notes. There's so many notes. What's going on? Then he ran away. Like this is so many like funny stories, with the monks taught to, when we are there, like really kids, our kids, they always need some money from the parents, right? The small things. Like for monks also exactly like that, they need always good teacher, say, I need some money, Also sometimes, then like Marian going to ask her the money, then also like Devra come behind that. She also, I need some money also. Just follow that. Yeah, if you really like this kind of things, really put that like story, it's very interesting books. The teachers really care that the students like exactly the parents how they're taking care of the children. They really taught with them to go right way. But kids also, they teach it. Children also try to cheat the, cheat also, children go deceive something, parents are like them, also we monks also do like all the time that. Anyway, why have to talk? Then it is something, we don't need to go to the teachings, we don't need to go to the pujas, we don't need to go to the debates, and we feel, wow, today is very good. It's good to sleep. I don't know, when we was monastery, we need to always more sleep. I think because you have not enough sleep all the time, you have to go, one finish, that. Like that anyway, that we have not like that, right? Anyway, like that kind of hard walking. What to talk. That was you guys also good, even whether good, whether bad, but you try to come here, it's good. It's wonderful. Then, therefore, the refuge, I think this is very meaningful, really thinking. Something we don't want, we know they're very good things, that we ought to fear or we try to always avoid, right? Therefore, nature of the samsara, suffering of the three lorums, and we always teaching that, then we know that we don't want to go there. Then, but even if we don't want to go there, but how can we do that? Then we look at Buddha Dharma Sangha. Because we trust Buddha Dharma Sangha, the Buddha Dharma Sangha has the quality of protection for us to samsara and low rounds, right? Then how we say Buddha if he or she is not free from samsara, we are not able to lead others to from samsara or low realms. Therefore, Buddha is the complete enlightened person, complete free from the samsara and sufferings. Then he or she knows how to lead us to free samsara. He has the knowledge. Then we have trust, or we have knowledge, or we understand, or the Buddha has knowledge. Then we trust that. Then we need to trust, or we faith. Buddhism we say faith. We regularly, what we say just trust. I think we just that's right. Therefore, fear and faith is cause of the how you say refuge, right? Therefore, you don't have the you not fear three lorums or nature of the samsara, then you don't feel, oh, I want to free from that, or I want to go there. You fear, you see the nature, that you don't want to go there, then you try to get out there. You're looking for someone to take from your refuge. Therefore, Buddha Dharma Sanghas, like I got the way to the refuge is very uniform. Like when we, because we try to keep our always try to healthy, any different ways. What we eat, what we do. Like the hundreds, thousands of hospitals everywhere. People are not sick. Even we go to hospital, the lines. You want to go to the or the appointment, you don't get like months. You go to India, Nepal, the doctors are just waiting there. They're just looking for any patient to come in. Because India and Nepal, the people only go really sick, they go to hospital. Here not like that, right? Here they, maybe I'm going to sick, they just go to hospital. Because they just, even if we go to hospital, there are also a lot of people like very serious sick. Many people just come to the checkup. Because we know when you got sick, it's not good. Therefore, we fear that before we get sick, we keep the, make sure everything's okay. Therefore, we really understand nature of the low realms. But we don't have any experience that where's low realms, where ha, lakaro, sanyado, tranyado, hard hell, cold hell, the hungry ghost. We never, do you have any experience? Do you guys any feel? We don't feel that. But in the books explain it, like the Lam-rim, the books explain it, so really like that place. Where the place? It's not really. Ngazu tsanya tranya said, "Bena ngazu sago ne man june, bena pecha kajana la bena doji de ne ma, patse ngab jalan to na nyawa doji de yores, ngazu pecha na to yores."
So, like it is explained in the text, if you look at the description of the Harem, right? So it says like the Harem, the hot hell, is below the earth, like below Bodh Gaya Stupa. It says, I don't know, like 500 arm span or 5,000 arm span distance, from the Bodh Gaya down in the earth. That's where the hot hell is.
And the shamari, that kajta mandra mano, and the shamari dumbo seven, and then a sheet in a dumbochi, and it karo yaga malo things. And the Nadote Levi Kaulaya, and the Susu Gasanyas, I think, Pogunda, and Shin Kodi Kejawa, Yadana Susu Jumakanga, Telea, Shinkulasa. Elena Yame, I am Malena Yami, Kotatindi, Kanya, Dumash and a pen, music also to the Kawaii or something, Sodo.
So, and also it talks about the tree with the razor leaves. Yeah, you heard about that. So there's a tree, and this hell being will look at the tree, and then you will see the loved ones on the top of the tree calling you, "Oh, please come up," and then he wants to go. So when he go up, then all the leaves are pointing down, and then he goes through that, climbs down, and then all these razors, leaves, will tear all his body, and even like intestines will come out and so forth. And then he reaches at the top of the tree, and then there's nobody there. And then he sees his loved ones down below on the ground, calling him. And then when he goes down, then all the razor leaves are raising up, and then he coming when he's climbing down, it tears all his body, even like intestines and everything. And then he'll come down, and there's nothing, nobody there. So like this just goes up and down, like that kind of trees, explained in the Harem. We don't know where they are.
Canter than the Lamrim Zunalating, Ngawang
So there are so many other things like explained in the text, right, about the Harem. So you have read already, right? Many. So so if you dig down, right, like dig into this ground from here, 500 what I says like miles, 5,000 miles, where will you reach?
Just go deeper into the earth.
The earth is round, right?
Round, right?
So you can fall out the other side.
And the Kingu the Karavet,
What do you call that? The crest, the core of the earth.
very hard, that's true, really. Teresa Tang, Lonito, Abjang, Yala, Sanji Chom, the Chisha, the Munico, Tanyala Semevana, Kanji Tele, Sajatini, Savi Yosar was.
So there is some place like in the earth and on the earth that's really, really, really hot all the time, right? Even though there is no like separate place for like a hot hell, but there is something like that in the inside the earth, where there's very, very hot, right?
Teresa Tanda Tandikala Rian Toya, Tendi Pena and Pa Mille Lavaina, meeting one of Tongo was a Tendi Toyo, Koya Yelana, meeting Tending one year over some young Nam Mumbukola and Zuzu, Igichiola, and another shell of Toleg Madua.
So there's something that you can see, right? I mean, of course, not through with our bare eyes, but with the equipments or devices, you can see through the earth, the crust or the core of the earth, and then you find out that okay, there's such place like that. You know that you can believe that, right? So when it's explained with that kind of example or explanation, then makes sense, to believe it. Otherwise, if you just point in the sky and say there's something like that up there, then you can't see it, and nobody can prove that, right, scientifically. Through the help of device and so forth, so it's like difficult to believe that.
In a Tanganzun told that country, Tangazu Tundru, Net, Tondo, Net.
So about the lower realms, what kind of beings do we really see of the lower realm? Are the animals mostly, right?
Tangazu Nyawa Yeda Tundru said, Kanji. Yeda said it, Kanji Kazu, Lumba Kajala Kala Mana, Kadi, Toto Toto there.
So the hungry ghost, is you call it ghost, but you can't see it, right? But it's a being, who is hungry all the time. Like even in this world, you can see in some countries the people are very, very hungry, like just like a skeleton, just barely covered with the skin, no flesh at all. So they're like hungry all the time. So those kind of beings, like not hungry ghosts, but they're kind of experiencing the similar kind of sufferings.
And then Ganzu Pena Pepe looks Surta looks Surta, Chuturta, and it looks so Mamandua. And then Lama Zoya, Shala Chuter Galaya, and Shala Tian, Lenchachan, and it is a ma, Chulo shot in Mambo, looks over it.
So there's a practice in Buddhism there where you can offer kind of food, to these kind of beings, either like there's beings called a smell eater who survived on eating smells. So you burn the food or flour, and that smell comes from there. They experience it. And also the lamas, sometime after they finish eating food, they just leave this last portion of the food and then dedicate it for the hungry ghost like that. So in Chinese Buddhism also they have this tradition.
Right. What is the kanji tunzo yata zo to yeda to la ya ni ko setting yo kishare.
So these are mainly making offerings of food or giving food to the hungry ghosts.
Tende ta kanda ngazo nyala sete kanji ngone ke tende ji shena tawon rosa mewa yimbaina. Kantar tanda ngazo thonde bena semje tloso tawaina. Ani bena ngazo miga bena ta semje tlo sha sa yo papa ko yo re. Ani chato peche tang yo ro. Ani tunzo ma seve kabla ya ta se tang ra ma da sha shimbo mandu. Tende ji na sha de shimbo mandu. Tende ji na papa de peche mandu se ta se tang ra ma da mo mo ndo. Tangone nyala to re do.
So even though we can't see the hells and the hungry ghosts, but even like in animal realm, so how animals are tortured, especially by humans, right? So how they exploit the animals for their meat, skins, and so forth, and then the way they, how they kill the animal. like in a certain way of killing will make it more delicious. Right? It says, oh, this way is not delicious, so if you kill in this way, then it will become more delicious. Like, and then there's so many different ways of killing, through the torture. So for me, that is like really like the hell. That's like a hell. So whether there is a separate hell realm or not, I don't know. But what you really see, that's really hell. I feel like. So before we didn't know about those things, right? But now through the internet, they put all these videos and pictures of how animals are executed or killed and so forth. And you see that all that, very on the website. So like I saw on the website, there's some people, they kill like an animal like a goat or a cow, and they kill it by burning its skin first while it's still alive. So if you do that, then it becomes more delicious or something like that. So they burn all the skin, so it's like still tied there and can't move around. It's still alive, and then they burn it while it's still alive. Burn all the skin, the furs, and then skin, and then they kill. So they say that's like a way of making it more delicious like that. But anyway, so I think like that's like a real hot hell.
And
also like when they kill pigs, they boil the pig in the hot water, boiling hot water while it's still alive. Here in this country, like what do we see, like animals that's being cooked while alive, like the lobsters, right? Lobsters, they say you have to boil it in the hot water, cook it in the boiling water while it's still alive. So just like that, whatever beings are going through that kind of suffering that we see, that's a hell. That's no other than that we can, we don't know other than that we have to search, about hell. So now, in Buddhism, we're talking about all kinds of beings, right? All sorts of rebirth that we may be able, to take, and so those are the beings, kind of the rebirth that we might take if we have created a karma to take us. So if we generate a fear towards the hell realm or not, it's difficult because we don't see it, right? But we see these things, so definitely we can generate fear towards that kind of rebirth. And so with that, because of that, now it says, oh, I don't want to be born in such being, where they'll be tortured, by burning alive or boiling alive. So therefore, I don't want to be born there. Therefore, I'm going to do this practice, to be free from that kind of, free from such kind of rebirth. So, so like that, you can think about the lower realms, the suffering of the lower realms, those that are obvious and make sense to you. Obvious to you, right? So those kind of things you can think about. So like animals, how they are lined up in a slaughtering house. They are lined up, to kill each other. And then the one that's behind that sees the one in the front being killed, and then how much fear they are. They see that, right? So some they don't understand, but many they understand, and they see how much fear they have. That's next is my turn, like that. And so, like it is not necessary to think like it is described in the text, where the hell realm is like, 500 miles or 5,000 miles below the Bodh Gaya stupa. You don't have to think like that. You can just, whatever you see like that, that's the real hot hell, like that.
Right? Ani bena ngazo ta mig dadu se semjin da wena ani semjin da rawo chen yo mare 가디는 간조 가르치신 거로.
And then those animals, they are domestic animals, like owned by people, right? Owned by people, so they're controlled by people. They have no freedom at all, and they just have to do whatever people want them to do.
자블리랑 간조 미가 내가 치가를 라완스기로 와다 라완세대.
So in the country, in this country, in this world, right? What is the most important we consider is as the autonomy, the freedom, right?
돕단 담님. 가로다. 간제 소소 가래나 가르치 저거랑 고 여러와서 간제.
So everything you want to have freedom, like equal freedom for everybody, everybody has equal rights, to do whatever they want to do.
근데 다른 것도 샘제도 스치라 다 바주 랑고 라루 강가라요 와자치는 요 말.
But we're not giving that freedom to those animals, right? So that's owned by us. None of those, the horses, the cows, the pigs, the sheep, the goats, so chickens and dogs and cats, everybody, those, none of them have freedom.
다 대나지 단단 가서도 단다 애니멀 셔터에도 아무뭐 단다 치유사이도 군주 대는 거는 샘식 차랑.
So like especially if you go to the animal shelters where they have lots of dogs and how they are treated or kept there,
it's really
heartbreaking.
It's really hard. I've never been here. I went to North Carolina. Here also, right? The dogs, they're very loud, they're very small, sketch. But we thought this is the good place to stay there, right? They keep food, but that place is a terrible place. But in here also, they give food, but they're just small sketch. This is really haram. Like animals are like that, right? They put a very small space. Like we think about that, okay, this kind is very dangerous. Even someone blows people. Now we can say who don't blow people, like animals, like scores out there. So many deers, birds, like this kind of big snow. Where the birds can go, what they can eat. The pigeons, what they can eat, what they can go. You think about it like that way. The deers, I saw one deer, usually all the beings, they really, really taking care of their kids. They love their kids. The mother's compassion is never really, you can see. I don't know if this is a real story or not. The one place, one deer mother, she has two baby deers. Then the one tiger going to kill. Then they three, two kids and mom, they're running. Then one time they cannot run, the target. Then mom, she taught the kids to run, she just stopped back. She just stay. She gave her body to the tiger. Even the animals, the same is exactly the human beings, they're taking care of their kids. They're really taking care of their kids. The robbers, they give bed, they take out all the hairs, right? It's not easy, right? Can you guys take out your hair? Right? But the mother's compassion is the same as human beings have, as much as all the beings have that. Like that, like wild animals, they usually the deers, they always eat, looking. They're not all just overlooking. They go to drink water, little bit looking. They always think someone's going to kill them. They're very careful here, right? There's scores also here. There's here, the bird they can kill. Even they know the birds running there. Everyone's they're very scary. They saw some cats walking around here. Everyone's like that. They're very always uncomfortable, right? Like that. We see these things. We don't need to far away explain. There was a Harem, we don't see. Where's hungry go, we don't really see. But some places there's no food. Like India, whole families beggar. They all the trains go up, come up, just beggar. They eat something there, they sleep there. India, no one kick out you. The trains go up. From Bangalore to Delhi, just beggar to go there. Bangalore to Delhi, just stay there. There one place, everyone can sleep there. Like that, there are so many places, very hungry places. We can see that. And 아니 미제기 되는 가서 수치를 메워.
So you should imagine how will you feel, if you were born as such kind of being, and of course we don't have the confidence. We don't have the confidence or belief or confidence that we're not going to be born there.
저들이 들려요. 나 개와시마 파출 깨면서 저도 자세자 타칭해요.
So do you have that confidence that you will not be born as a cow in your next life?
이번에 가서 표현이 좀 싫었어. 라마지가 소코랑 깨게 맛 공부 좋지. 아니 그 양식의 시간 들어. 아니 그랬다가 양식 진짜 마다고 요스 걸랍도 아무들 진짜 마다왔어. 아니 말말 양식의 단들 다잖아 보고 자와 춘주시 그러니까 와카리나 콜라야 야보체. 아니 지난게 깨게 인삼네 콜라야 아니 로자 야보체 텐데 슬랍도. 매매면 나랑 깨게 어디에 고 요슬랍도. 저랑 그거는 거나 미기 침상 미사시 나라야 아니 바치 보지 저래서 저렇게 행운에 되는데서 라워레스 데레코에도.
So there's a story about a monk who passed away, older monk, who passed away, and he had many disciple monks, and they were looking for his reincarnation, and then they, of course, they couldn't tell by themselves, so they went to another high lama to check about that, and then the lama said, "Oh, it doesn't matter. You just pick up a small boy, who seems to be more meritorious, any kind of boy that you see as special, and then you can just pick that boy and then make him your lama, make him announce him as your lama, and make him say, no. He said, no, I don't want to make just somebody my lama. I want to have the real one. I want to have the real unmistaken, the reincarnated lama." And then this high lama looked at him and said, "If you really want your lama, then that's your lama." So he pointed at a calf. There was a calf, that was just born baby calf, and then he pointed. So if you want your real lama, then that's it there. So even a lama can be born as an animal, as a cow. Then what is there to say about us, right?
뭐 드리당 간도 단답변 단당 간도 저 레마보랑 간도 바주제 레사요를 지우제 레사요를 따제 레사요를 풍구제 레사사요 간도.
So we have so many karmas that we have created, to be born as such kind of beings, to be born as a bird, to be born as a cow, a horse, and so many kind of beings. We have all these karmas in our consciousness.
근데 이제 근데 레 모여 걸랑 간도 희갈라가야 아니 레 가기 톱체나 아니 레 톱체 되진다 그래서.
So whichever karma becomes more strong at the time of death, that will ripen first.
근데 이제 도대체 다 된리게 레드 전에 너무 뇽메가 뇽 무거운 건데 소화요 그래서.
But before that karma is ripened, we can destroy it. We can make it so that it will not ripen.
근데 이제 같이 제와식 먹어도 된리게 레드서 마음에 제대 단다게 와야 보더나 레사샤요다이나 마음에 제요.
So if we do the practice, like purification practice and so forth, so that those negative karma will not ripen, we can do that.
Okay, 네 저도 신나라고 말이야.
Not trying to scare you.
Just explain, 나도 삼점 나도 가로 도나시라 연구 말하고 통계 요리다 하 고고 요리다 도나시라 연구 말하고.
So many of the time, we don't pay attention, right? We don't really understand. We see that, but we don't really pay attention.
맞아, 가디나 컴플레인 장자래서 가디나 칭득무도 니득무도 직차서 니차서 장자래서.
So most of the time we're just complaining, right? Not knowing, says, "Oh, this is not working, that's not working, this is not right, that's not right," all the time.
이나 안에 지나다 간소 배 소소고 메세트 소소고 가로. 다 가로. 느낌 봐 소고 그러.
So we have to make our life more comfortable, right? To live a life in a comfortable way.
Okay, 근데 다 가데 대 랍고 가려나 간지 짬로서야 돼. 근데 내소들이 근데 동안 가서 무슨 받아 땅 가서 텔 맞지. 대체게 매선을 로 째고다. 걔도 매우 로.
So we have to pay attention and understand these things. So if we understand, then we will, like understanding the sufferings of the lower realms. If we understand and we pay attention to that, then we will develop that thought, not wanting to be born in that realm, right?
다들 맞게 탑시 가르쳐서나 아니 다 산지가 랍자도 녀야레스. 산지가 랍자들 축건 졸라 그러고.
So what do we do? What kind of method can we apply to not to be born in the lower realms? Then that's just the only method that can prevent us from being born there is Buddha's teaching.
다 조대 먹이지 보고 좀 라와슴지 냠래. 샴바 니지 샹십셈 셴베지 삼바 더 자대요.
So mainly in abandoning the 10 non-virtuous action, like practicing the morality of abandoning 10 non-virtuous action. Then on top of that, practicing the 3 trainings, and then developing loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, and so forth.
다 된디나네 다 계속 깨기 레 사사 조대 가도 다 가도 아니 마리파 미시바 못 받을 투데요.
And so what creates this karma, what makes us to create this karma to be born in the lower realm or in cyclic extent is the delusions, right? Delusions, like especially the root of the delusion, the ignorance.
개땅가도 되는 마트리시 다 드링 가도 뇨모데 가도 지라 뇨모데 간데다로 깨기요래 스페셜나 소고 다 때만데 시자이레스.
And so now we went through that, right? We went through the explanation or discussion about delusions, about different kind of delusions that arise in our mind. And now the next is in the outline 291, page 468. And it explains about the stages in their development. So how these delusions are developed in our mind.
어떤 마 전도 사실 선바 말아봤지 loksu다. 사실 니바 차가 lok잖아. 뭐 보면도 돼. 그러나 뇨모베 질라 죽세지가 델롱 뭐지. 델마도 봐.
So let's read that part, just the outline 291.
대다 수수 제와나 님부터. Everyone got page number?
468, or if you have different text, then it's a 291, outline number 291. Okay, the 6 root delusions, in fact, in all delusions derive fundamentally from grasping at the self and the view of equating the self with the perishable. All suffering, all karma, and all delusions therefore derive from this view of equating the self with the perishable. If you assert that this view is one with ignorance, according to the system that does not assert this, ignorance itself is the key element. According to the Prasangika Madhyamika system, the view of equating the self with the perishable is the root. There are intellectual and instinctive views, and here this view is the latter kind. There are 2 types of instinctive views, grasping at the I and the grasping at mind. The view of equating the self with the perishable is grasping at mind. When someone compliments you, or whatever you think, how nice of his or say of me, this I and me are very vivid and very deep-seated within the mind. Because you have these thoughts, you empty the self, and the notion that the self is the experience arises. Because of this notion, you cling to the I, gross attachment to those who help you, and help people who harm you, and united ignorance towards strangers. From a commentary on Valley Cognition, you know people as others because you have a self. You grasp at the pair self and others and become hostile. These are complementary things. From Chantakirtis engaging in the middle way, may my mind perceive that faulty delusions derive from views that equate the self against the self. At the first I clung on the self, the I, and I develop attachment to things to them. Although the root of these 6 subtle and extensive root delusions is ignorance, one develops attachment, hostility, doubts, and so forth, in dependence on the view of equating the self with the perishable, and in dependence on attachment, etc., on accumulates merit, and in dependence on this karma, on cycle and samsara. The root of samsara are ignorance, the view that equates the self with the perishable, segregate, the intrinsic grasping at the I. And to abandon delusions for good, one must work hard and applying the wisdom that understands selflessness, this wisdom that transcends the selflessness, the wide panacea, medicine that can do 400 verses. That is why all delusions are conquered. When denied, it is conquered. From the Sutra and the 10 stages. In this world, all mysteries ever committed, arose or to be found, came from manifest clinging to a self, without manifest clinging to ourselves, this will not happen. All the same until employ the needs of the citizens in order to be temporarily rid of. One must prevent their cause and soul.
단데 대빼 내가 첨부 내가 좀 저는 곰 잡고 그래서
So this is very important, and actually we should meditate on this.
간제 짠이 둘라서 너무 탐초 장다 그러셨나 안 다운스 말이 봐서 그나면도 직달에 되는 쇼어레스.
And so all these delusions, even like the six root delusions, and they come from this grasping the self, or the view of the equating this in a self as a view of equating with the self with perishable. This is a different term, right? Different terminology.
된dig인 직다세대 시에서 말하고 뭐보여도 현바나 다 오마 탄지별로 시작하신 당도 된디다 된디기티 아니 말이 받은 직다달라고 그래서.
And so there are many, so there are some that they don't believe, like it says, right, according to the system, do not assert. So there are some that don't assert the view of the according to the self with the perishable. So that, so though for them, it will be the the grasping, the self, grasping ignorance. So that will be the root of the cycle and root of all the delusions.
근데 오마 탄지별로 아니 직다다 말이 받이 지바레스. 아니 오마 란지별로라 파지 가가이 말어.
And so according to the Prasangika Madhyamika view, the view of equating self with the perishable, and the ignorance, the root of the all delusion, the ignorance, it's the same.
근데 다 내가 아니 된리기 내 다운스 말이 받달라 아니 그다다 렌진이요레 스타딩도 깨달아 송당고 요레.
And then here it talks about there are intellectual and intrinsic, intrinsictive views, right? So that's how it is generated.
다 가르는 아니 간수 그다다 간다 렌지에들라 그래. 간수 그다다 간다 렌지.
So you might have heard about other terms like intrinsic, what's it? Instinctive view, and so it's some they use the innate view, like innate and intellectual. So these are what is the difference between intellectual and innate?
아니 간다 렌지에서 됐다 심지 차상자라 그래서 샤치고 뭐 토마토 주저라 그래서 렌지에서 돼.
So this instinctive, the view or grasping at the instinctive, the eye, or the ignorance. Is present in every kind of beings, even like the birds or the animals. They have that.
단단 간수 관계절라 그래서.
We all have that. Every being, every sentient being have that the instinctive grasping at the self of ignorance.
아니 그다서야 돼. 아니 진틀라 때는 좀 뭐도 간수 관계절라 요 말이.
And so so then the intellectual one is only in those who know how to do the reasonings, right? So all because of this, and then the reasoning could be influenced by the tenets. So believing in certain views or and tenets. So in this tenet, it's explained like that. So you say, oh, it's like that because it's explained like that. Therefore, so your the grasping of that such thing came from this reason or from that philosophy or tenet. Therefore, that's called intellectual.
Okay. 다 된리 가도 되니요. 다 가도들 해셔 빠질 조조 렌징 시작이 시거든. 다들랑 간선 받아 나야만도 많이 그래서.
And then so anyway, so there are two different kinds, like intellectual grasping at self and instinctive grasping at self. So and then about whichever it is, that there's then the grasping at the I and grasping at mind, I and mind.
디 너니 다 지다 마리파세 조데 간선 비슷하다 그래. 간선 데레스.
And then among these two, the main one is the grasping at the I. So that's the view of according with the self with the perishable. That's referring to grasping at the I.
다들이 제원도 가르나 안에 담보 가시 달라시 오마주비나 담보 가시 달라시 다근 대신을라시 버다 담보 가세 가다 제 심지어 간에 좀 담보지 초월레베 가랑 나세 제그레스.
And then, like it says in Great Treatise, engaging in the middle way, says, at first, I clung to the self, the I. And so first there comes the I.
그러와 이나도 땡가 아니 나라 팅님보 마소 나라 님보 마소 님네 코도텔 시그레스 근데 나세지 나리니 바이 샤그레 셈라 저도 도에스
So if someone compliments you or says nice thing to you, then you say, oh, how nice, they said these things about me, I, so the I is very vivid or clear, to you at that time, right?
그러와 대용데 다쳐도 미좀 상다 다쳐서 변나 담보잖아랑 안드세데 간이제도 변나 변나 나스 네세 니올티나 티나나 담보 나세 제그레스
So first, there comes the I, right? And then after that, based on I, then there comes the mine, so to me and mine, my friends, my relatives, my possession, and so forth. So the first comes the I. So now you can close your eyes and see how the I, which arises first, the I, how the I arises, and then how the mind arises.
네 고송스 네 시송스 용으로 봤어.
I heard that, or I understand it, I know it like this, the I.
나한테 고운도스.
So I need that.
나한테 모고스.
I don't need that.
Right? 나한테라 가 나한테 먹었더니 나세지 틀리 작은 와가서.
So I like that. I don't like that. So when you talk about that, there's this I, the vivid I to you. Do you see that I?
그래.
I say, I don't like it. I like it.
다 빼셔나서 텐디 나한테 노르데요스라고 그랬어. 다들 노르데요레스.
So that I that is vivid, that appears to us, that's the wrong I.
나도서는 대롱 아면 나 요삼 거는 나도 이삼 거랬어.
But to us, to our ignorant mind, that's the I we think is the I.
텐디 나한테 텔라 때네 아니 소소라 가오치 소소라 야보치 텔라 잡아지. 아니 소소라 지금 따와 만담바 소소 먹게잖아 텔라 다와치 차단이 된 거랬어.
So because of grasping at that wrong I, which we think is right, but it's wrong. So because of grasping at that wrong I, then there comes attachment. And then from there comes the hostility, hatred, and so forth.
그러와 너무 nga시. 아니 되네 네 달라셔야 되네.
So first you have the I, and then from after that, then comes mine or my.
다 nga라 ken요라고 말하잖아. 아니 네 tropo, 네 tromo, 네 사상, 네 칸바, 네 모타스, 네 자컵스한테 쟁 거랬어.
So it doesn't bother me, but it's harming my, like so it's my friends, my relatives, my family, or my country, my neighbor, like that. So then there comes the my after I.
오케이. 다쳐도 검지자다. 담보 간세 간제도 지나서 지나서 nga스데 간일리는 시간도.
So now meditate on that I.
오케이.
So when you think about I, what do you see? What appears in your mind? What appears in your mind?
만들어 때디 가두고 좋아던지다. 안 갈아야 오셔서 같이 원도 사지.
Like of course you have to think of oh, I'm happy,
Right.
or I'm sad, or like that. So when you think about that I, what kind of what I appears in your mind?
오케이. 갈릴리 와지 용도 왔어. 도도나지 요시.
You see that vivid I, right? Very like a solid, vivid I, and you say I'm happy.
그래봐. I don't like. I like that. I want. But Buddha teaches that your thinking is wrong. But we think that's not wrong. Okay? Now, those just some of them, chance so do it to that. So 가와이 있는 텔레 chance 라빠가 do it to that.
And then you point to yourself. So I, like so you put yourself and say I. Then you point, to the I.
chance
Where,
가와도
where do you see that I in you?
the chance something 오 있다더라. chance 골런도 깜바나다 같이 좋아나다 봐 있는다.
Where do you point? Do you point at your chest because you find the eye there, or you point at your head, or because you find the eye there, or inside your ear, or inside your mouth, or inside your stomach? Where do you find the eye?
까마카시 곰자내는 저 소소 저기도다 좋아.
So now think about that eye, and then try to point to it for a few minutes. So now you can close your eyes and meditate on the eye.
Not other eye, just yourself. Okay? Can you point your eye? Not do us. No. It is exist eye, right? Yes? I don't like, I'm happy, I'm not happy. You know, I got mad. Someone doesn't like me. There, now you do us.
So there is I, right? I'm there. I exist, right?
당가디 가와도 웃으나.
But where is that I?
It's in our minds, but we can't point to it.
It's in our mind? 먼저 similar. Similar, yes.
근데 다 샘서 가와도 웃으나.
Where in the mind?
It's not physical, it's not tangible in that way, so we can't point to it.
전생 아주 천한 이야기만 도.
속정 말했어. 대체적 거다 그 누구 소리 말했어.
다그 누구 좋아하면 아닌 건도 좋아 가와래도 좋아 고나도 발래도 좋아나도 발래도 감바나도 발래도.
So where do we get the feeling? The feeling, where do you get the feeling? Inside our stomach, inside our head, inside our chest?
This is we need to find, you know, usually we are the men, ganzo, nyoda zongi terwa, ngasa terwa. Tenda ganzo, tena nyoda zongi tsoda manyena, ganzo, be marineta, meda chuda chipares.
So the main troublemaker is the I, right? So, you know, you need to find that I who creates all this problem. It's just like, you know, if you're trying to shoot, you know, you have to find the target. Without a target, if you shoot, you do not get to the target.
Okay? Yes.
I found when I was meditating, I found the mind in relation to other person. So I am a daughter to my parents. I am mother to my children. I am wife to my husband. I am a sales rep in relation to my job. I am teacher in yoga. I am student to Geshe Tenley. So I find that I dependent on the other person, the other object. And my happiness and sadness is also related to that. That's all.
Okay, then who have? Bob?
Well, I was just thinking about the appearance of the eye, and felt very strongly that like my body is eye. That was the appearance. But it doesn't, you know, if you analyze it, it doesn't make sense. But, you know, if I cut off a finger, I would think that's not me. The body is me, right? You know, but the finger is the body.
How much you have to cut off before it's not your body?
Right.
Okay.
Is it related to the ego too? You think? Like,
No, that ego also come from that. It's all the ignorance, all the delusions come from that. We need to find the I. Okay? Marianne?
I found it in the roles I play in my life, which is similar to what Margaret said. It's like I am a worker, I am a friend, I am, you know, I do these things in my actions and in my personas that because neither one of them is truly me, because I am all these personas is me. None of them I can point to as to that is the true Marianne. No, but they do all exist.
I am Ambuchadora.
Ah.
I am Ambuchadora.
Ngazo
And
kara.
then you have many eyes.
I have
The
many-
I the wife, the I the teacher, I the friend, I the enemy,
Yeah.
I the daughter, I the mother. So which one is the I?
None and all. Both.
oma jubina yorwa. Ngacha yanda karchisa kanje. Pumbo ngaka kansare ves. Rene reves.
Yeah, because of course when you talk about in relation to that, that's different,
Yeah.
right? That's like a role of that, you know. But when we talk about the I, where is that? Where is that I?
But the eye is in the perception,
yeah.
right? That's
It's in the perception. It's in the mind, like
in the mind.
like she said.
Yeah, the perception, how we perceive ourselves.
똑바로 열었어.
도반나 요res.
똑바로 똑바로 동면서 똑바로 열어. 로 쉐바.
대고 말다 뻔나. 가르나 지나데 도반나는 nga세 지나 롤 샤게 와다 지나데 도반에 라그레베스. 텔레나 지나 갑도 도반나 예 지나 고나 열베스. 내 갑레 좋다 시.
So just because the I appears in your mind, so you're saying the I is in the mind. Then Geshe let's say, what about the cup that appears in your mind? So is it in your concept
Cup.
also? Is it in your mind also? Huh?
No, this is a sometimes this is just this is but this is a very serious one.
It's very important. Yeah.
Okay,
It's very
let's go.
No, I just think it's really interesting how, when I read this, it really made a lot of sense, where it said,
Yeah.
the Prasangika Madhyamaka view is equating yourself to perishable. And you think of yourself, you think of it as, like, everyone is saying, it's all, how you think about it, like, it's your combination of, like, the body, and your touch, and your hearing, and your vision, your consciousness. But he relates to the perishable. That's why we're so like mind, because we think it's going to go, like, we don't want to hurt it, this body that we have.
당 가르 저도 고야 가르쳤나 비나 알았는데 인사에 삼나처럼 뱅 말했어. 오늘 된도 와서 먼저 좋아더라고 그랬어. 된 저도 내 인사에 삼는 데 해서만 좋아가도.
So you have to get that confidence, So it's thinking that this is it, or maybe this is it, that's not good enough. Maybe this is not good enough. This is it.
And
That's
then
kind of
and the
feeling.
market the Mariani explanation 오늘 따다랬어. 저도 간이 용어나 팔았더니 마셔 말았더니 파셔 두시 샤티. 오늘 접다도 저거 그랬어. 지난이 땡고네 로를 시안에 들어가다 지난이 들이 인다다 남베게 남주 레시자다 두선 다 자게도 지난이 왔던 거네. 대매도 로사 모두 삼고 그랬어.
So like Marga and Marian talked about how they are related, right? So how things are related, like a mother depends on a daughter or child, and the child depends on the mother, and the husband depends on the wife. You label this person as a husband because he has a wife, and if he doesn't have a wife, then he will be no husband. If he is labeled as a father because he has a kid, if he doesn't have a kid, he's not labeled. He cannot be labeled as a father. So it all depends on that, right? So when you say that, you find that this is really how it is, or this is maybe this is how it is.
This is how Buddhism explained.
This is how Buddha. This is what Buddha explained, but not really what I think it is really.
근데 지나서 맨날 내가도 저번에 지나서 내가 제 시경에다 아니 미치게 내가 제 그거를 나와다 지난 저기 못 왔어.
So when you know how to do something, and your way of doing it, and then somebody telling you to do it is different, right?
지난 그 맨날 미치게 존대라는 준비를 안 누도 제거를 좀 말랍시 그러고서. 또 소소 원에디 제 냠뇨나 딱 말고서.
So like if you're telling somebody how to do that, and then yourself knowing how to do it, it's a different thing, right? So you can tell, like that, by reading in the scripture, or somebody said that I saw in the YouTube, and you can say like that. But when you do it yourself, or when you know how to do it yourself, and you do it, then that's a different thing, right?
제다다 말게 되시잖아요. 식당가도 접단에도 저거래서. 아니 간식 땡주만 중간에 봐 봐요. 대신 똥만 중간에 봐 많이 넣으세요.
So just like Margaret explained, all the things exist in dependence on something, right? So without dependence on others, there's no way the thing can exist. Without being empty, there's no way the things can exist.
Okay, yes.
But isn't for an I to exist or appear, doesn't there have to be some kind of prior identification?
나당 가서 나당 나여서 가서 여발라 되는 대공라 되는 거는 지 모터야 지 고마르겠어 identifications 모터야지
제가 나한테 다 땡한테 나다 나이 받은 못 저거 그랬어. 나도 지금 레상 걸 땡고는 렌두도 말이지 알아서 가는 것 알아서 가는 알아서 못 저거도.
배는 나세 배는 가서 나한테 가는 모터 나 something 모터 여말다 나 타와래 나 미자래 나 빠와래 나 아마래 세저라 나세 나 모터를 들다 this is what the most 다들 나 마음 거라든 지금 모터에 지금 알아 모터에 지금 고마르겠어
제대로 나랑 못 해지 누웠어. 알아다.
그래
근데 나랑 못 해야 돼. 알아서 소소 나랑 간지 못 저거도. 뭐에도 간지는 고샤거도. 되걸 산다고 말이야.
So yeah, that also makes sense, right? So when you say, you have to identify the I as something. You can't just say I, right? I'm a teacher, I'm a father, I'm a mother. So all that identifies the I. So that's in one way, but in the other way. So from there comes the I. So say I'm teacher. So where is that I that you find yourself as a teacher? Where is that I? What is that I? Which one is that I?
But what
Ben-
I'm saying is
yes.
it's unfindable, and the only thing that makes it findable is if there is some kind of identification that has occurred, like, oh, there it is, or attaching some kind of awareness or consciousness to something, which then becomes the I, the appearance.
방어 제나 녀요 말했어. 나한테 제주셔는 녀요 말했어. 나 간다서 녀 그랬으나 나 거든데 다 지금 얻어지는 녀 그랬다. 그 나세 나 파워래. 나 아마레스 나데라. 어떤 얻어지는 녀 그랬어.
That's good experience. 대 가도 뭐에 대 두시 녀고 그래서 나도 두시 녀고 말했어. 나도 남지 삼다. 나 릴링와 샤거든. 나 고운도 나 가오면 나 야보요 사실.
So that's the real I, right? So the I in existing independence on the other is the real I. But that's not how the I appear to us. To us, the I appears as independent, solid, vivid, something like, without depending on any other things, just by itself. That's how it appears to us.
당보는 나도 가두고 쳐라는 당보 나시 달라시데 랭도 오마지베나 당보 나시데 제그레서 나세데 제그레서.
So first, first when we talk about that and when think about the self, the I appears to us, right? First the I comes to us.
당보 강가로 치징바라 나세.
So to all, the I appears first, to all beings, right?
디젤라 안에 녜데 제그레서.
So after that, then comes the mind or my.
녜 봉보 녜 소보세 제그레서.
So my body, my aggregates.
근데 드니 계단이도
There's the two way of developing like that, right?
오, 다 드니 제그레서. 다 둘이 제네 안에 가려서나 안에 가로. ngala newa chingdu ngala gawo chingdu kanji tanji jine kanji nga se sura de ka nga zo nga se de do do ra wo shi kan pi lu ra wo shi so zo nga zo sha de nga zo phungbo de sha de go se nga zo sha de.
So so at that time when we're grasping at the I, to us it's appearing very solid, vivid. And what is that solid, vivid that's appearing to us? It's our body, right? So we're usually referring to body, I. So when it's the I, we refer to our body. And that's what appears to us. And then we say, oh, so I. So then comes the me, right? The me or I or me. And it says, then somebody harms you, so, oh, that person is harming me. Or somebody helping you, then it says, oh, benefiting me, helping me, so it all goes to that.
That, yes.
So if we believe so strongly that we're our aggregates, how do we get away from that? It's so deeply embedded in us from when we were born. Our parents teaching us about I and you, and us and strangers, and it's so deep, and we believe it so strongly. So how do you distance yourself from that? I mean,
당가서 소소도 나서 되는 거 소소 소불다거라. 다 소불데 나래 삼거다. 내가 충분히 나서 나서 시행해야 되는데 파 소불다 파저기 소불다 나서 시행제. 소소 소불 소소 나지. and there's a manzo peshu chumshu study also.
Yeah.
And that the nga mind but tadan karis takoresta. The nga mind but karis lo karis ke koresta.
제가 때 nga rewa 저 무식 처벌이나 저 갈라서.
So just by applying, just by contemplating on that, right? By contemplating on the fact that you are thinking of your body as you, right? Yeah, so think about it, but without thinking, that's what we think. Without much really applying much, the ideas or logics, we just think that this body is me. But then think about it. Do you really think your body is you? Then if someone were to ask you which one is you, then you'll point to your body, right? But then if they want to point you and they say which part of the body, which part of the body is you?
배 차잖아. 저도나 계실라 가다 치사온 동을 삼대 그래. 전도 치사온 봐 샤자스. 얘들 치사오면 가다 알아 도되겠나? 저도 치사온 동을 삼대 그래. 대kel라. 다 거네. 아 치사오를 전하는 거네. 미긴 돈 알아. 계실라 치사오면 알아 도되게 도왔어. 그래서 미긴 돈 소하게 냠들랬나? 댕을 따지 제거 말아. 그것도 치사온 동을 삼대 그래. 다 거니 맞지? 알아로 샤도 가서는 그 도와가 갈래 그래. 네 그때인데 상만에 나 이치오요. 대호 레삼주도 출입니다. 그 알아두고 도와서. 고민 통화다. 저쪽으로 가. 저 흥미게 삼주는 제로 도와. 그래서 통화이나? 아고도나?
저 그런에서 난다 먼저 계속 가서 그런 당 가지는 나랑 내 수부대 나래 삼액 로디 깨라. 뒷마켓 탑식 안 되고 그래서.
다 렌드도 못해. 또 따지자고 그랬어. 나한테 렌드도 못해.
So you have to find out. You have to find out. I mean, not just believing that somebody said this like my parents told me that this is me, this is my body, this is me. So if just because they said, you don't have to believe that, or your mind, because of being accustomed to that, not only in this eye, but from beginningless lifetime, you've been thinking that this, my body is me. You know? So we've been thinking, my body is me. And because of that, in this life also, we automatically think that my body is me. But then we have to analyze, is it really my body, me? You know, is my really my body, me? Or where is me? You know, where is I? If I think about that, then it's, you know, then you have to find out. So when you find out that, oh, this body is not me, this mind is not me, then you understand that that's not me. You know, so you understand that's not me. Then you really think about, you know, then you search for the I, real I. For instance, just like Geshe was giving an example, like in the cup, you know, he's drinking hot water. So you always think that he's drinking hot water. You think that, that's your belief. But what about he was drinking alcohol all the time? You don't know. You don't know. You know, but your mind, you're thinking, you're believing that he's drinking hot water all the time. And then, then one day you go and look close and then smell it. I say, oh no, he's not drinking hot water. He's drinking alcohol. You find out. So that's how you have to find out. So then what happens to that mind thinking that he's drinking hot water? It's gone. Right? Like that. When you find out the real one, you know, that actual one, then you know, get, you know, away from that the false one.
Okay. Yes.
I was thinking about the feeling that I get, like when that is triggered, like that. I guess when it really comes to my mind, and something that happened recent was, you know, I go home and like we had just shoveled out, you know, the snow, and so you go home and somebody's in my spot. So it's like, hey, you know, somebody's in my spot, and it's like this.
Yeah.
You know, my spot
Exactly.
is very, very strong.
Yeah.
You feel it, and it feels very much like a big, like it's
Yeah.
almost bigger than your own body.
Exactly.
Very, very strong, you know.
His Holiness always said that. When very important, when very you're very happy, that time also you have very strong I. I am very happy. Like exactly bigger than yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Then when you are very angry or you are very unhappy, that time is I know something.
Yeah.
He said that time you should look. What kind of, you know, look, it feels like something solid you, so you get mad. Yeah, this is really true. Today is a takande dina sondo was. Nyomo jena malin chesola tali shobi lonon toja dana. Nyomo wa tamshe te ane tawa. Tanta ngada tali showan towa yena. Ane danan de yedan toja na. Nanjobe danan koba shoso majbena sonyo. Wa tini bati de gode paje injina peyina ramduwa. Kaje nyomo ba danzi mari ba tela te ne mari ba tawa tela te ne ane karo ta nyomo kanga chege wadan towa yena ane nanjoba de ane daat pangoga te le lao chaga resi. Nganda tela te ne yongo yowa shina.
So at that time, you know, when you have that very strong feeling, you know, at that time the eye becomes very vivid, very clear to you. And if you can catch at that time, then you can catch it. If otherwise, other time when you're just not very extreme experiences happening and you just try to look for the eye, you will not be able to find it. You know, so that time, at those times, you know, it will be easier to find, even though it's not doesn't exist, but you can find it. So then after that, you know, you understand that, oh, it doesn't exist. It just appears like that, but it doesn't exist. You know. So when you understand that, grasping at the self or the I, you know, is the root of the delusions, then you'll be able to abandon, you know, or overcome all other delusions. Just like Chandakirti again said, you know, may my mind perceive that every false delusion derives from view that it questions the set of the aggregate, you know, with the self. So, yeah, so when you understand that all delusions comes from this grasping at the self, or, you know, equating, you know, with the grasping and equating the self as the self that is perishable, and at that time, then you'll be able to abandon all other delusions.
가들 가서 추사가 가다 니버던 추대다. 내 가서 거야 보이라나 아니 그 답도다. 내 거라 끌래 거 쉬어요.
So otherwise, other delusions, you know, no matter how much you do it, of course you can overcome them a little bit then, but the root is still there, so then it will still generate, you know. So it all is based on this, the root of all the delusions.
너 산지 좀 되는 도나서 버려봐나. 희도라고 지 두요와나. 희도 코랑가 싸와는 거셔와나. 야가도 로마다 강가 채로 그래서. 싸와 먹어진 고든 때 꼭 파줄 때 고는 양주 고치한 그래서.
So the other delusions, you know, the karma and other delusions, you know, just like the leaves and small branches, you know, of the tree. So if you can trim the, you know, cut the leaves and trim the branches, but it will still grow back. But if you cut the root, from the trunk or from the root, the tree from the root, then it will never grow. So the root, of the tree is just like the root of the tree. The root of the delusion, is the self-grasping ignorance. And so so what you need, like the axe, to cut, the root of the tree, you need that wisdom realizing selflessness or emptiness, to cut the root of the delusions. So there's this grasping at the self, the self, as like a body or face or whatever you think the self is.
I'm beautiful, right? I'm beautiful.
So you say, I'm beautiful. What do you see in the mirror? Your face.
Yeah.
So you're thinking your face is you. I'm beautiful. The beautiful you see is the face.
I'm getting old. I'm getting old.
So you see, look at the face and look at the mirror and you see your face, right? What do you see is your face. But then by looking at that, you say, I'm growing old. So those are all like what we call the nominal existence, right? Based on the names, right? So because of not understanding exactly, then we are all confused, with the names. And so just like she gave the example, of shoveling, right? So your driveway or your parking lot, and then you go to work, and then in the evening you come back and you're expecting your parking, the where you shovel, to be empty for you, but then somebody else comes and parks there, then you get, this is my spot. Somebody took my spot, which I shoveled, this morning, worked very hard, and you think like that, all these reasonings, and then that makes you become angry. And then with the anger, you might do something, to that person's car or something like just by doing by anger. Then you create the karma, and then the result of the karma is experience. A result of that karma, experience in the form of suffering. So here is talking about the panacea. So is there like a medicine that can overcome all the is there one medicine that can overcome all the diseases?
No? How about Talina?
Talina.
How about painkiller? Painkiller savana can you
So if you take the painkiller for some time, it will take away all the pains, right?
Can it take
So you don't get any feeling of pain for some time.
아니 디나라 진도 오마시 재미나라야. 디시 뉴모 터져 뜨무쯤에 좁은저스. 아니 가르스나 뜨무 다 마리발라. 뜨무나 마리발라다. 마리바드 좁아나 뉴모 차사 매와 차로 그래서.
So just like it said in the 400 verses, that if you, overcome the ignorance, especially the ignorant grasping of the self, then you overcome all the delusions, because that is the root of all the delusions.
Okay. Then they chose a yanju salmota, come the yanju salmota. Teleda ganzu, Nadila kanji shukarana, Nala take my shoe short tango, kanji shoe short tango.
So then, so you should just go back and read it again, and then contemplate on this, try to see that, grasping at the eye, find that, and then try to minimize that. So you think you can minimize that, grasping at the self? Can you minimize that an attachment attached to the eye? Attachment attached to the face? You can reduce that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Minimize?
Yeah. Especially now when we're getting old, we don't much touch our body, right? When you're young, you want other people looking very fancy then. You have to be very hard working, right? Anything you have to. Now or maybe you're already married, then you don't just take care. Say that, right? This is true, right?
There's a difference in attachment, right? Difference of the attachment before you got married and after you got married. Like attachment to your body, your look.
Maybe I'm a very bad person, but I'm doing a miss pacho, so Nijo, Yabon, that Taps you to check it. That's also like something that would shoot over us, Kosharako, check matters.
So before you got married or before you found somebody, you're so attached to him and attached to your appearance that you take care of it or make all the effort to make it look beautiful so that others will like you. Right? But once you have found somebody, then you don't care. So I don't need anybody to look for anybody to like me or be attracted to me. So it's okay now. So I already found somebody. So because of that, you will not be so much attached to your look anymore, right? Is there a difference like that? So there can be changes like that, right? So just like that, the attachment to ourselves and then hatred to others, that can be also changed, right? So so you have to develop that thought, right? So develop it, just not living it up in the idea or in a description only, but really feeling it from your side. Just like the example, you're not just thinking, oh, Geshe is drinking water, but you can really go there and check yes, he's drinking water. Maybe he's drinking water. Yes, he's drinking water.
Yeah. This is important, okay? And something I'm going to do. I'm shoe jab so Yamana Chapan or not Kala shoe Shumtan. Choka and I didn't need then a calendar jamming on the Shumatana and some take it was.
So, you have to understand that. And otherwise you say, oh, what's the point of working so hard to do this practice and then have no meaning?
Okay? Therefore, this kind of small part is very important. This is very the big meaning here. This is they talk about the root of all the delusions. We identify the root of the delusions, then all the delusions go away. Okay? Then also the nyomo kani chegere, nyomo the kani chegere, chedan dusi chegere das.
So here it's talking about the stages of development of the delusions, right? Stages of development of delusions.
Okay? The Cherazo Bena, the Cherazo Mijabo Changanda, the Pazipu, Mapat Chanyor was. Tao Mujituna, Suzo Samachi drivers and legres. Any Tanechi Kado Nevadashana, any Pacho the car Trawayana, Namjito, Courage on the Yapojan Todigres.
So you have the experience, right, of finding, meeting with somebody that you are attracted to. So first when you see that person, you find some attraction. And then after that, you meet the person and you talk to the person. Then whatever person say to you, you find very attractive, right? Everything, whatever she say, whatever she do, it's like, or he do, or she do, they all find very attractive. So, but then, once you've been with her or him for a long time, then that feeling fades away, right? So that's because of attachment. Once attachment to that person, it's becoming less now. And so then when somebody that you are not very attached to talk to you, and then you don't feel very attractive, right? Your attachment, and it's not much there. So anyway, so if you don't have attachment to that person so much, then whatever the person say or do, you will not, good way or bad way, you will not feel very happy or very sad.
Wata kanjir tindina nyomo chetan nyomo rotandi sacha de pe nega chemoresha tandela kuni gomjandi zonda name to be shera yembe esendwa ani nyejen jombe men kabo tinchi tawan dame to be shera nyembe jabale tishe nyumo tamje jo tumuchi be chomba ya sheda simji bin doleja jitene nyesho tamje jawa kanchini ba tamje ja dadan ngamba chabale shuma yende dadan ngamba shabada shembada chana munjungos da danda danda jogmar tinte me wacharo res.
And so here, so like it talks, about on all the delusion, of the root of all the delusion, is the self-grasped ignorance, and how do you overcome the self-grasped ignorance? Is by developing the wisdom, realizing selflessness. And so just like it says, this wisdom that understands the selflessness is therefore like the white panacea, medicine that can destroy hundreds of evils. From the 400 views, that is why all delusions are conquered when benightedness is conquered.
Okay? Any questions? Other questions? Yes?
I have a question about analyzing the I and looking for it, meditating on looking for it. I think that's probably, like you said, it's probably best to do it like when you feel that
Yeah.
where it's so big, it's probably best because
Then
it's
check.
so big.
Yeah,
It's solid. There's no way you can find it
exactly.
in your body or anywhere. But when I'm trying to do it just regular, I find it a little difficult.
Yeah, this His Holiness also mentioned.
So that's
You really get someone very angry with you, you can see person to person, you see the enemies are really solid, that, like very solid. That time you should think, how exists. Then how exists, same as the market experiment, just all depends each other. Okay? This is just thinking, read a little bit, also from here, read a lot of Lam-rim Chen-mo, maybe more details, okay? This is meditation. What I need, I think you always, maybe everyone, you care how you do discover, everyone knows how to describe. Because you already read books, right? But I need something to you really feel, something experience in your mind, right? Because you guys look the cookbook, everyone knows, okay, I'm just cookbook, okay, they say that. But you really do the action is different, right? Even they say food become like that doesn't come like that, because you didn't do it right away. Therefore, we need what really is something to experience for our mind. Not book say that, more Buddhism say that. You really like push like how you call, like that, integrate or tight like that, then it's very, because example that scientists, because we heard what they explain, then we see what they say is working. Like they say, you grow the flowers. They say, okay, this, like people have mind very different. When I thought, when you seven or matamna, in Jibji Chikatab Gores. The Gunga Tonka Damna, Ganga Kiro, Mata Tsote yo. Imagine the Kozo Tonka Samajaka could start up some, Tanga, could you go back for some days? Could you go back? Shakatana, the Ganga go, come trolling some days. Remember, Jumat Tangal Kokanga Tianos. Tenza, give me Aranga some day, in some day. And the Shemba cook paring some days. Tananga Geshe Tsulga, Marmate Tawam, Shikatab go to the court was. Tenza Nazu, he's some of the only pig Lalitawani, Minton Shendramdo.
So all this happens because of our belief in certain things, right? So somebody tell us, like you said, your parents told you or whatever, whoever told you, and it says this is how it is, and then you think it's like that, and then you have very strong grasping at that idea that how this is how things are. Like Geshe say, he was always told that when you sow the seed, for the crops, you have to sow seed of the crops for the crops in springtime, and then it grows through the summer, and then in autumn you can harvest it. So like that's the idea. So he always said, oh yeah, you have to, if you sow seed, if you want to grow something, you have to plant the seed in springtime. If you do it in the summer or in the autumn, then it will all be destroyed. So that's the idea he has. So then he saw, after he came here, he said he saw some people planting the grass in autumn. And he said, oh, these stupid people, they don't know. And during the winter, it will be so bad and they will be all destroyed. But it was not like that. Well, not like that. You can, so with the conditions applied to them, you can grow anytime.
Right.
But before you have this idea, no, it's like that, and then he will even like debate on that, right? So no, this you have to, you have to plant this, you know, sow the seed in springtime and all these things. So that's because you're not analyzing, you're just having that idea. So if you analyze, open analyze, then you will find out.
Right? It's a big difference, right? We say, we believe, we really see that. Therefore, we need like that. You guys maybe not doesn't, debate with the science, but they say we just follow that, right? Because we knew or we have experienced how they work. Therefore, we need like that. Here, okay, I is not exist or everything you think yeah, Buddhism say yeah, they say that. That's it. Doesn't much to touch our mind and doesn't much remove, I say. Yeah, doesn't make difference. We need to do something and say, yeah, there's it then. Something karo, kadang koada nyamno gotane chik toba Chetena ne te pemizu penokshin boyasarawa.
So if you gain the understanding through your experience, and that is much more beneficial.
Tadi ta nge nga nyamno ba ta nga zongon lama koma na ka dina songodo te kachida kanga chiba chijana da chi manaye kaga shegero kaga rema da kanga chiba do.
Of course, I don't have experience, but whatever I heard from my previous gurus, that's what I am explaining.
Te kaga na kodo kaga shegero kanga chiba do.
So because they're all same, they all tell the same thing, right? And therefore, it should be that way, because otherwise, they will be all different. They will all have a different sayings.
Okay. Okay. Then please do a little bit meditation. How I please me and my. Test me first, my second. Fourth you have I. Then second time my or me, my, right? My. There's a, then you have your touch, me or my car, my parking lot, my parking stop. Then you are touch that. If someone take that, you get angry, right? Like that. Then you are touch. Okay, my wife, my husband. You have touched that. If there's something wrong, you get angry. Like this is very. Yeah, if you really have something to understand or experience, then really good for when we have difficult situation times. Also, it doesn't bother us. It's not means you are just loose person. Don't do. I is not existed. Don't do anything. There's nothing to exist. Don't do anything. Not like that. Of course, we have to do. We have to do business. We have to work. We have to do things. But there's something we need to find between that. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Then we stop here.
Please turn to page 39, the Thanksgiving Mandala offering. Saji perki jukshing me tok tram re rab ling jin yi de gyen pa di sange jing du mikte uragi drokun nam dag jing la chur pa shug je tsun lami kutse rab ten jing nam ka trin le chok chur gi pa dang lo sang ten pedron me sasum gi dro e mun sel tak tu ne gyur chig Idam Guru Ratnam Mandalakam Niryatayami. From my two collections vast as space that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose mind's wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of complete graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness for the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold the Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this graded course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. A short, long life prayer for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenrezig remain in life till samsara's end. Prayer that spontaneously fulfills all wishes. Tong yi she zung du ju pe lam che che se ze gong chen ten dragon chagna pe mo tenzin gyatso solwa dipso jeden lundru shu. Page 49, the short long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Tup tso chang xin chang gun wei tenzin kyong pel wei kun zo do po ze chok sun kur wei le man tu dru pa dak sok du je gun du jam ten shu. Pray to always meet with perfect teachers. Your form embodies all Buddhas. Your nature is that of Vajradhara. You are the root of the three jewels. Homage to you, O Gurus. In short, I seek your blessings, O Protector, to be cared for by you from birth unremittingly throughout all my lives, and thus to become your chief disciple, holding every secret of your body, speech, and mind. O Protector, please grant that all be auspicious for me to be foremost among your very first circle of disciples wherever you manifest Buddhahood, so that all my temporal and ultimate wishes without exception may be effortlessly and spontaneously fulfilled. In all my lives, never separated from perfect gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma. By completing the qualities of the stages and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. Furthermore, in life after life, may I, pleasing him in return, be forever fostered by an accomplished Mahayana spiritual master, the source of every virtue of this world and beyond. In his care, may I acquire in him a firm, unshakable faith, pleasing him by every means possible, doing nothing even for an instant to disappoint. May my spiritual master impart to me every instruction and every teaching in its entirety. Having understood them faultlessly, may I practice them and be able to bring them to perfection. May I never even for a moment fall under the sway of malevolent teachers and misleading friends. Having developed in every life belief in cause and effect, renunciation, the Bodhi mind, and the pure view, may I embark upon them continually with effortless experience. In every life, may every virtuous act gathered by way of body, speech, and mind be causes solely for the welfare of others and for the purest and highest enlightenment. Page 15-7, the prayer of dedication. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha's state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious Supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Page 75, Mitsema. Igmitse waiter chen chen rezig dream kien pe wang po
sang drang pe jam la so wa de.
Thank you, Geshe, and great to see Geshe again. Thank you. Just a few short announcements we've got coming up this week: a Tara Puja on Thursday and a Guru Puja on Saturday. Everyone very much welcome to join us for those. If you have any questions about it, stop me. Also, just want to make people aware of a save the date. We have a wonderful person who is turning 50 this year. And so we will be having a great celebration. I believe it's April 14th, Sunday, April 14th. So there's a lot of work going on by people at this point in time to get that organized. So just keep an eye out. We'll be working together and getting things like sign-up geniuses created for volunteering. And this, we may or may not be able to send it out this week. I have some laptop issues, so that this week is going to not, I mean, Sean's writing it this week. Okay, so that might go out and go out next week. Just to save the date, volunteers, any help needed with that. And Margaret, do you want to say something? Yeah.
People who have started, some of you who could stay after class just for a quick huddle. We have people who sign up for class, and if you want to know more about being involved, also can stay.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it won't be very long, maximum 20 minutes, if you stay.
Great.
Yeah, but it's not a surprise party.
Really? Oh no! It's good, and it'll be in the Medford Town Hall, so it won't be at the center. And then just one other quick reminder to everyone: completely volunteer run. So if you can ever be before class to help with setup, greatly appreciated. And then, as always, clean up, and that includes tea station stuff on the floor, whatever you can help with, greatly appreciated. Thanks. Thank you so much, Geshe. Thank you, Jangchub.